All right, guys, so I have the Soundpeats TRUEFREE True Wireless Earbuds here. I bought these on Amazon about 3 days ago. They are currently $28.99, but I was able to get a instant $5 off coupon that I'm pretty sure is available to anyone, obviously. So I brought it down to $23.99 for these bad boys. And that was obviously with Prime shipping as well. So I literally got them in one day. So that's pretty awesome considering all the stuff going on with Corona right now. So I did an initial unboxing to kind of give you an idea of everything that comes with the box, which you can follow that card right there. And basically, I wanted to do a real quick recap of what you get inside the box, and then kind of go over some little things here and there about the earbuds, what I like, what I didn't like, and then should you buy these or not. So with what comes in the box, just to make it real quick, you get the a micro USB charging cable, which obviously in 2020 micro USB is a thing of the past, but obviously Type C is the new thing. But with these being under $25, I can't complain. I mean, micro USB does the job, at least charges it and all that good stuff. It does come with four total ear tips, so four sets of ear tips. There's three in the bag in the box, and then a pair that are on the earbuds when you get them out of the case. And then, of course, you get some instruction manuals and things like that. And then, of course, then you get the charging case itself, and then the earbuds themselves, obviously. So the very basics of what you get with this. Now, as far as the specs go, you are getting Bluetooth 5.0. You're not getting aptX or anything like that. But once again, it is at least a good, solid, stable connection with Bluetooth 5.0. I am connecting them to my OnePlus 7T that I'm using right now as my daily driver of a phone, and did not have any issues with connection, did not have any lag issues watching videos, and I went through the whole shebang, so Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, YouTube, Prime Video, you name it, did not have an issue at all when it came to watching videos, and the sound came in pretty good. No lag with the lips. So that was a very positive thing. Now, as far as the range goes on these, it says that they're rated at 33 feet. And that's pretty true with kind of my testing. I set my phone down on my desk. I walked away in my home and counted out about 30 feet. And once I got to right at about 33 feet, it was choppy off and on, but it wasn't terrible. But then when I started taking a few more steps, that's when it really started to get a little more choppier. Now, also at the same time, I am, asking the Bluetooth signal to go through all the walls in my home that I went through. So I kind of, understand that a little bit. But, once it got to about 33 to 35 feet, that's when I started really losing connection. But I didn't notice any issues when I had the phone in my pocket and then had the Bluetooth earbuds in, because I have had that issue in the past with some other earbuds where I have the phone in my left pocket, because that's the pocket I tend to leave it in, and I would start getting some interruptions with my signal while I'm doing yard work or whatever else. So it was kind of a pain in the butt when that was happening. But either way, I did not have any issues with these. So when I did my yard work, anything like that, did not skip a beat at all when it came to connection. Now, as far as the earbuds themselves, you're getting about 3.5 hours total on a single charge with your earbuds. Obviously, that is extremely low compared to the industry standard, with some of the higher end ones getting 6 to 8 hours or even 12 hours on some things. But for under $25, I cannot complain. Now, with the charging case, it does say you can get a grand total of 15 hours with the charging case itself. So I mean, depending on how much you use them, like for me personally, I only really use earbuds when I'm working out or um, doing yard work. So when I'm, you know, in my office or whatever, I rarely use these for phone calls and things like that. I mean, just in earbuds in general. But 15 hours usually would get me through a week if I played it safe. But I'm one of those people that tend to charge the case nightly, so I don't really run into a big issue of ever them, giving me that kind of headache. But is what it is. Now, I didn't really notice any quick charge feature with these. I know there are some quick charge features with micro USB on other earbuds, but with these, I didn't notice um, if I charged them for 10 or 15 minutes that it increased it, for 30% or 50%. I didn't notice any of that. Now, with the earbuds, it does take about an hour and a half to charge from completely dead. I did try that out, and that was pretty on par. The case itself, I did drain down all the way to zero, and it did take about 2 hours roughly to do a full charge on the case. So, if you're planning on going to the gym or do something and you know that they're dead, just plug it up a few hours before you go. You'll be good. But, at the same time, too, that just also obviously requires a little bit of discipline on your end to do that. Now, the water resistant rating on the earbuds, they are IPX4. So they can take water splashes, sweat, you name it. Running in the rain, I mean, obviously you could probably do it without having any issues. But, definitely don't go swimming or anything like that with these. But they are IPX4, so that is nice that it actually has a rating like that. Now, as far as the button controls go on the earbuds, so let me just take them out here real quick. So as far as the button controls go, so you have buttons, not touchpads or anything like that. So let me see if I can get a little focus there, sorry. So as far as the button controls go, they do control everything except audio. So you're not getting any audio control with these, so you can't do up and down volume, but they do control everything else pretty much. So when it comes down to it, when you instantly take them out of the case from the initial setup, they do go into auto pairing mode, so that's nice. Now they do not turn off when you put them in the case. So that is something I did notice. That's a little nitpicky thing of mine where it's like, when I put them in the case, I want them to power off completely. So that way I'm not having to disconnect my Bluetooth or turn them off before I put them in the case. So that was kind of a little bit of a frustrating thing because there was times where I was watching a video on my phone and it wasn't playing. And then I noticed it was still connected to these. But whatever. I keep on reminding myself, $25, $25, $25. So, but with the buttons, you can basically hold the buttons down when you put them in the case to turn it off, take them out, hold the button for a second, turn them on. As far as play pause, any bud you can tap once and that will play the music, pause the music. If you want to play the next track or go back to your previous track, on the left earbud, you would double tap and that would take you to the previous. Double tap the right, that's going to take you to the next track. Now, as far as calling up your assistant, so Google Assistant, whatever, which that's what I use, basically all you're going to do is with either earbud, you're just going to hold it. So hold it for maybe a second or two, and then immediately it will bring it up on your phone. You're good to go. Now, as far as answering the phone calls, now with that, you can pretty easily. You tap once, and that will answer the phone call. When you're on the phone to hang up, you tap it. Either one hangs it up. So answer and hang up, the same feature of one click. to reject a phone call. So if you're, running and don't want to get interrupted and you see it's a scam likely phone call, or who knows, an old friend that you don't want to talk to anymore or something, then all you're going to do is basically just hold it for 1 second. That's it. So literally just hold it, it rejects. Now, the other thing you can do is you can switch calls. So if you're talking to someone on the phone and someone's calling you and you want to put them on hold real quick and switch over and click over, basically you're going to double tap either one, and that will get you on the other line. So pretty simple controls there when it comes down to it. So nothing, no reinventing the wheel here or anything like that, but you are getting at least all those with the button controls themselves. Now with the mics, I did carry on a handful of conversations with people using the earbuds, and as far as the mic test goes, which you can kind of see the mic there. Yeah, I mean, it was okay. It was about what I expected for $25 earbuds after taxes. The people that I talked to, I did 2 different tests. I did one while I was outside walking. I did, really 3 tests. One while I was outside walking, one while I was outside walking with my kids, which a lot of noise background, and then just sitting in my house. I came in clear sitting in the house. They said they could tell that I was on some sort of Bluetooth device. So just like if I'm in my car, people can tell the difference when I'm on my phone or listening, or talking to them from a Bluetooth. Outside was a little bit different story. It picked up a lot of wind noise, and it wasn't really that windy. It was just a matter of me walking and having the wind blow in my ear, I guess. So they did hear that, but obviously there's a lot of variables when it comes to the mic test. But at the end of the day, it works, but it's not obviously the creme de la creme when it comes to mics. Now, as far as my little nitpicky things about these before I go into the review of the sound, there are a couple. So I did obviously, go over, just the nitpickiness of, the time of how long these last, which, okay, that's one thing. The case itself is something that I do have a little bit of an issue with it being this open design with no lid. One, it's susceptible to damage, obviously, for the earbuds. If you throw them in a gym bag or a backpack, there is a chance that something's going to get in there, whatever, spills. Now, the magnets are very strong. I mean, I'm hitting it pretty dang hard, and they are not coming out. And yeah, I mean, I even dropped them in my house, and they didn't pop out. So that's good. But with the case being an open design, it does get a little tricky sometimes when you're just randomly grabbing the case and wanting to put your earbuds in real quick to charge. You have to pay attention on what direction this is facing, or if the micro USB port is facing you. And the reason why is because I've found myself trying to put the left and the right whenever it was like that. And then I was like, oh crap. And then I, had to do that. So that was kind of a pain in the butt. But then also at the same time, getting them out of the case can tend to be a little tough, because with the groove there of how that is, you're trying to get your finger in there and then pull them out. I mean, I don't have huge hands by any means, but if your finger's bigger than mine, I mean, you're going to have some fun times getting that out. But after a little bit of some, doing it, it wasn't a big issue. It was just remembering that this needed to face me. So that kind of bugged me. So that was an issue, because obviously with the case, or, with any earbuds that have a lid, like for example, my Echo Buds here, boom, open, close. And I know that is the left and this is the right. So even if I had it upside down, I know that left, right. So that's just a little nitpicky thing, but not the end of the world. Now, as far as the sound goes, because like I said, that was it for the nitpicking. I mean, honestly, there's not a whole lot to nitpick about. I mean, obviously, I'd love some other premium features, but I'm not spending a whole lot of money, so I understand that. Now, as far as the sound goes, this is where I was actually really impressed. Because if anyone's ever used Soundpeats before, they do make some great products with premium sound. So with that being said, these did not disappoint. I used these mowing the lawn. I did some yard work. I did a couple of runs with them. The sound isolation was fantastic because obviously they're an in-ear design. So once you get a good seal with the proper sizing of the tip, they worked great. Now, as far as the sound goes itself, I'm a big fan of rap and rock. The bass is very much there. I was really impressed actually with the amount of bass that's coming out of these tiny little things. That's not to say it's going to be competing with, some other ones, like even like my Earbuds, for example. There's an equalizer. I can tweak the bass, so you're stuck with the sound signature that Soundpeats has put. But for the most part, though, they do sound great. I mean, with rap, I was, listening to that and had some great bass with that. And then with rock, it sounded good as well. The mids were okay. The highs actually were not bad at all. So if you're a bass head and you're looking for something with a little rumble, these have that, but it's not like just super muddy sounding, if that makes sense a little bit. But they sound okay. I mean, for $25, I mean, it's a no-brainer if you're someone on a budget and looking for good earbuds. So yeah, if anyone asks me, hey, what earbuds can I get for under $30 or under $25, it's these. So, if you have any questions or feedback, please let me know. Please subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos of mine. I'm trying to do a couple of videos a week as I'm starting off with my channel. So yeah, there you go, guys. Soundpeats TRUEFREE wireless earbuds. Thanks.